What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 here in the autumn season of series number 3. So today we are going to jump into our next seasonal championship. We just got done doing the trial event in the last video, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. But we're going to jump into the next seasonal championship. I think we're going to knock out the Calm Before the Storm Street Race Championship to get the Ariel Adam. So this is probably not going to be a very fun championship. I'm going to go ahead and give you a warning. It's a street racing championship, and if I hit the toggle car restriction, it is a S2 class event. So S2 against Drivatars is not super duper fun a lot of times, especially in the trial event, which luckily this isn't the trial event, so they aren't on unbeatable, but it can cause some havoc. So we're just going to try to see how we can do. I've got 3 cars set up for this. It is Extreme Track Toys. I tried to pick the cheapest ones that I could find or that you might have. So there's really not a cheap option here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into our first car and then we'll get this event started up. All right, so here's our first car. This is the 2011 BMW X5M Forza Edition. I got this car when I started the game. I think it's because I got the premium bundle or something like that. I know a lot of people do have it, so I wanted to make sure that this was thrown in here. I'm actually using the stock Forza Edition tune on it, so I haven't changed anything on it. So we're going to jump into this event and see what this BMW can do, because it is a really, really good car. See if it can handle it. All right, so 3 street races. Here we go. Okay, and so the I guess good thing about this event is it's not raining, at least in this specific event. The championship is called Calm Before the Storm, so I don't know if it will rain in one of them, because that will make this race a lot more interesting for sure. So there's a CC GT ahead of us, that Koenigsegg, the white car. You can actually buy that from the Forzathon shop currently for 600 Forzathon points. It would definitely be a good option. If you don't have any other cars and you've got the Forzathon points for it, definitely a good option to check that out. Something else I should note too is I'm going to use 3 different vehicles in this race, or in this event. You don't actually have to do that. You can just pick one of the cars, or if you don't use any of the cars that I use, let me know down below what you use and how that works out for you, because, you know, this channel is about helping others. So just because you don't use a car that I use doesn't mean that somebody else wouldn't benefit from knowing what car you used and a tune that you used as well. So definitely leave that in the comments below. Because this is really just about helping others complete these events as easy as possible. So I'm not going to pretend that I know every single thing and, every, OP car in the game. So definitely let me know in the comments below if there's something else that can be used that would be better. But like I said, you don't have to use 3 different vehicles. That's what I was going for in that little rant of sorts. Not really a rant, but in that statement. Just pick one car and, you can use it for the 3 races. I just used 3 to show you guys different options that can be used. In case, for example, you don't have this BMW, you may have one of the other cars that I'm going to be using, and vice versa. You may not have one of those, and you may have the BMW. So, let's get over here. So, gaining on the highway. Zip around them. You can use the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, either the Forza Edition or the normal edition. I missed the checkpoint. Definitely have rewind on, especially in these. Like, it's so easy to miss these or just have a really bad turn just like that. But it's so easy to miss these checkpoints or whatever when you're doing these high-speed turns. And rewind does not penalize you for anything. Doesn't give you less credits. It doesn't mess up the actual race or anything. So it's better just to have it on. But there we go. First place in the first race. We got 20 points there. That's something else to note. This is not a come in first place every single race and you'll win kind of event, or you'll have to win. You don't have to be in first place. This is a seasonal championship, which means it's a points-based championship. So you can see I got 20 points there. If I hit next, this is the leaderboard that you need to be in first place on at the end of the 3 races. So you can see we got 20 points for first, second place gets 16, and so on and so forth. So you can come in second or third as long as you have the points at the end of a race, or at the end of the championship, you'll get you should get the reward. So there are some other miscellaneous issues. I think they're just general bugs in the game though. So we'll go ahead and jump into our next vehicle and into our next car, or next race. All right, so here is our next vehicle. This is the 2015 Ultima Evolution Coupe 1020. And the share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name, will be up on the screen now. This is a tuner that I have not used a tune from before, so we'll see how they do. It's supposed to be a really good grip and speed S2 car, or tune, so we'll see how it does. So we'll jump into this next race and test it out. Alright, so Guanajuato Sur, starting out in the city, and I think we do leave, which is nice. I'm not a big fan of racing in the city, at least racing high-powered cars in the city. You know, give me a B class or below in the city, and I think I'm fine, but you know, anything really A class and up is a little too much for these tight turns. So this thing definitely has some grip to it, that is for sure. They were not lying on that tune description, so definitely may be something. Whoop. Didn't grip around that. I think it was me taking that too fast though. It's got a heavy amount of acceleration, which is also very good. Up into second. We just got one more place to get. And we'll definitely get them as we go out of the city here. What was that? Pagani? That was another option that I could have picked. Again, I was just trying to keep it to with cars that were, you know, going to be your cheapest option to get into the race if you don't have the car. You know, the tunes may be a little expensive, but the actual cars themselves I tried to get to be, you know, at least the cheapest option, or the most readily available option is what I should say. Alright, we are into first, and we've got a huge gap on second. Can't even see, oh, there they are. I was gonna say, I can't see them on my map, so. But I'm gonna go jump towards the end of the race. I'll try to keep these videos short, at least short enough for you guys so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do the entirety of races. At least the entirety of all 3 of the races. So we'll go ahead and jump towards the end of the race. Unless anything interesting or funny happens, I'll see you guys here in a second. Alright, I'm coming back into the city though to finish it out, and we are absolutely hauling. That is a very good tune. I really enjoyed it. So definitely worth a shot. I think that was the actual cheapest car that you can use for the Extreme Track Toy, so, and you can buy that one from the auto show. But as you can see, we got 20 more points there. We were 5 seconds ahead of the second place Dravatar. Worked out well. So 20 more points, that gives us 40 in total on the championship. So let's go jump into that last event and our last vehicle. Alright, so here is the last vehicle we're going to be checking out. This is the Radical RXC Turbo. So the share code and the tune will be up on the screen now. Again, this is a tune from another tuner that I have not used yet, so we'll see how this does. And I don't believe I've ever actually used this vehicle in any sense. I think it was in Horizon 4, I think, but I didn't use it there either, so we're going to try it out and see what it can do. Ooh, nighttime. So Highland Climb is going to be our last event, and let's get it going. So I think what I'm going to do in this race, just to show you guys that you do not have to come in first place on the actual races. I'm gonna just try to come in second place. So I will make sure that I get up into first, and then I will concede the position to one of the drivatars at that point, or at some point in the race. If I can get up into first, that is. Can't be too confident, but I'm assuming this tune, I mean, it feels really good around those turns. Whew, on the brakes. It has really good brakes. I think it's running slick tires. Yeah, so definitely has grip for days. We're up into 5th currently. I hate these kinds of races in such high-powered cars. Ooh, that was a bad turn. A lot of this is like, you know, these tunes will feel different based off your driving style too. Like I've got a very brake late and then gun it as soon as possible driving style. So if you've got better throttle control, you may be able to, sorry, you may be able to do a little better. I could not for the life of me. I've been trying to work on braking a little earlier for turns, and then throttle control has always been an issue. I always just absolutely gun it out of turns as much as possible. So, but you know, nonetheless, we're up in the 2nd currently. What is that? That's the Koenigsegg CCGT, which again is in the the Forzathon shop. For 600 points, if you need a car and you've got the points, it's definitely going to be a useful car in the future. I'm definitely going to be picking it up once I get to those 400 or the 600 points that it needs. Just don't have those. I got a little gift happy during the last season. So I spent a lot of the Forzathon points that I had, and then they had the daily rotating shop, so just trying to fill out the inventory as much as possible. Stuff that I probably won't ever use, right? But alright, let's go. Come on, Radical. It's gonna be a close finish. We may not get up in the first. Well, we did. I tried to hit the brakes. I don't think that I think I got first there. Yeah, so I tried to hit the brakes to let him get back into first, but it just happened too fast. But there we go. That was a really, really close race. What is that? 5 1,000ths? Roughly. I think that's what that second decimal point is. But anyway, we got 20 more points there. 60 in total on the championship. And then if we click continue, it'll get us the winner there. And that'll unlock that Ariel Atom, which is, ironically, you can use that for this event. I actually had one in my garage that I was going to use, but I decided not to since it's the reward car. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. So, but there we go. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Actually, let's swap into the Atom real quick. Yeah, so I already had one that I could have. I mean, it was 200,000. I think you can buy this from the auto show as well. But, you know, I didn't want to like put this car up there for you to win this car, because then it doesn't make much sense if people need to go and buy it from the auto show and then win it in the championship. So nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy or found the video helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video and definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 5 content just like this. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.